and order a pre-sentence report and a drug and alcohol evaluation. There's no sentencing agreement, and that's the state's understanding at this time. Thank you.
Mr. Fatika.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've discussed this matter with Ms. Huff. I believe that a knowing, voluntary, and intelligent guilty plea will be forthcoming.
Ms. Hupp, how old are you?
I'm 31.
How far did you go through school?
11th grade?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication in the last 48 hours?
No, Your Honor.
Have you ever been diagnosed with or treated for any mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
Did you get a copy of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about it?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
And it's your intention to plead guilty to all the charges in the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you, and I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. I'm going to ask you questions. If you don't understand a question, stop me. If you want to talk to Mr. Fatika some more, let me know, and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine the witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order called a subpoena to make them testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one will be provided at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford a copy of those transcripts, they'd be given to you at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty today, you will not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
I do not, Your Honor.
Do you still want to plead guilty to these charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty to the felonies, you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time. I could sentence you to prison, to jail, or to community control.
Yes, Your Honor.
Both counts 1 and count 2 are aggravated possession of drugs. Both are felonies of the 5th degree. Individually, they each carry a 12-month maximum prison sentence and a $2,500 maximum fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. Count
3, possessing drug abuse instruments, is a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree. It carries with it a maximum jail sentence of 90 days and a maximum fine of $750. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to the forfeiture specifications in each of these counts, then you're voluntarily giving up the items listed in each count. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I could give you a consecutive sentence. That means one sentence after another for the separate offenses. If I did that, you face a maximum prison term of 24 months and a maximum fine of $5,750. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions about the penalties?
No, Your Honor.
Are you presently on post-release control to the parole authority?
No, Your Honor.
You understand your guilty plea may result in a driver's license suspension of between 6 months and 5 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand your felony conviction will prevent you from owning or possessing a firearm?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if a prison sentence is imposed in this case, you might have to serve a period of post-release control for up to 2 years under the parole authority?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are placed on post-release control and violate any conditions, the parole authority could send you back to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if your violation of post-release control is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
If that were to happen, the maximum prison sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if a prison term is imposed, you are eligible for judicial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
I could place you on community control for up to 5 years, but if you violate the conditions, I could send you to prison for 24 months. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you that I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand I do not have to follow the sentencing recommendation of either the prosecutor or your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to talk to Mr. Fatika before pleading guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the advice he has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entering your guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cutts, if the case went to trial, what would the evidence show?
Thank you, Your Honor. Had this matter proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on January 16th of 2025, shortly after 1:30 p.m., Lee County Sheriff's Office deputy observed a vehicle, conducted a traffic stop on that vehicle at the intersection of Fairport Nursery Road and Blaze Nemeth Road in Painesville Township, Lake County, Ohio. There were 2 individuals in the vehicle, the driver being a male, James Humberson, and the front seat passenger being a female, Tanya Hupp, the defendant. The driver was found to have a misdemeanor warrant from Mentor Police Department, so he was taken into custody. The defendant had a suspended license, so was unable to take the vehicle. During an inventory search of the vehicle, multiple items were found to include in the front passenger side seat a black wallet with a syringe with a clear substance, as well as the pouch on the back of the front passenger seat has a syringe with a dark brown substance. Both syringes were sent to the Lake County Crime Lab. They both contain methamphetamine, a Schedule II controlled substance. Each was swabbed, and a comparison was made to the defendant's DNA. Her DNA was found to be consistent on both of those syringes. All of this occurring in Lake County, Ohio, and that would have been the state's evidence.
Thank you, Mr. Fatika. Anything to add to those facts?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Hupp, did you hear what Ms. Cutts said the facts would show if the case went to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are those facts true?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your plea to count 1, aggravated possession of drugs, a felony 5?
Guilty, Your Honor.
What is your plea to count 2, aggravated possession of drugs, a felony 5?
Guilty, Your Honor.
What is your plea to count 3, possessing drug abuse instruments, a misdemeanor 2?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And what is your plea to each of the 3 forfeiture specifications on these counts?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Mr. Fatika?
This is your secret, is that okay?
Okay.
No changes, anything been made? Sign here, please. Want me to walk back or want to go? You can take these with you, okay?
No problem. Your Honor, proceed with a plea of guilty and judgment entry, and witness the defendant sign a document in court for confirmation.
Ms. Hupp, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Please, Your Honor.
I'll accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present. Mr. Fatika advised of all of her rights, made a no intelligent voluntary waiver. She understands the nature of the charge, the consequence of her guilty plea, and the maximum penalty. Find it to be no intelligent voluntary. I will accept her plea of guilty and find her guilty of count 1, aggravated possession of drugs, a felony 5. Count 2, aggravated possession of drugs, a felony 5. Count 3, possessing drug abuse instruments, a misdemeanor 2, and each of the forfeiture specifications. I'll refer this for a pre-sentence report and a drug and alcohol evaluation. The sentencing will be June 24 at 1:30 p.m. The bond is revoked. Anything else, Ms. Cutts?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Fatika?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, I'm going to be cooperative. If I have news, I'll be in touch, okay?
Judge John P. O'Donnell carefully questioned the defendant before accepting her guilty plea in a serious drug possession case involving methamphetamine found during a traffic stop in Lake County, Ohio. Prosecutors stated that DNA evidence linked the defendant to the syringes discovered in the vehicle. The judge explained the possible penalties, including prison time, fines, and post-release control, while ensuring the plea was made knowingly and voluntarily before ordering a pre-sentence investigation and drug evaluation prior to sentencing. Thanks for watching.